Good. We have no Tom tonight, but we have a Stuart, so that's good. Lovely. Right. Excellent. What was it I wanted to say? Yeah, this doesn't bode well for you. The other group had beautiful voices, but were really forgetting stuff that we've done to death. And I was just like, oh. So, you know, when someone's got that, I'm very motivated that their voices were really kicking in nicely, / very jaded that I was having to go over the same thing again and again. Okay. All I'd say is I really find if somebody said to me, what is something I can do to increase the speed of my trajectory from beginner to being able to speak? And it isn't about what exercises you do. It is honestly, to what extent are you fastidiously not moving on to the next sentence until it sounds a bit normal? In other words, the more human it sounds, the more likely your body is going to grab hold of it. And I'm just really starting to see that with that group, that there are ones who are more intelligent for language than others. They have a linguistic intelligence, but there's people who have really gone out of their way to try and sound. I'm like, just say it how you'd say it in English. Now juxtapose, say it how you'd say it in French. And those that have gotten that under their belt are really starting to take off. That's just all I'd say. So today, if you say something and I go, lovely, and then I go, right, human. That said, we also need a way that's going to work as and when we're trying to solve stuff. So keep your mouth soft, all of this kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Don't just do a pretty rehearsal afterwards. Right, let's go ladies first. Carol, are you there, my darling?
Yes, can you hear me?
Perfectly. So say for me, Luke, I understand what you mean. It's about the mouth. Luke, I understand what you mean. It's about the mouth.
Luc, je comprends ce que vous dire. C'est sur la bouche.
Good. Two things. The technique needed to push French forward on this bit lends itself very nicely to digital communication. Because if you've got even a little bit of something going on with a microphone or a computer, you'll miss the sound. So go again, mouth closed, see what comes out, send it forward. Anything that you think is crystal and clean won't help the microphone pick up the French. So just go again, send it on a line for me more forward.
Luc, je comprends ce que tu dis, c'est sur la bouche.
Good. So il s'agit de la bouche. It's about the mouth.
Il s'agit.
Yeah, as in thematically, it's about the mouth. Are we all comfortable with il s'agit de? Yeah, il s'agit de. How would you say, Carol? What's it about? So I'm going to need il s'agit. How would I make that a question? What's it about?
Il s'agit quoi?
Pause. Now, it's not a full red as per my red, green, blue definition, but if I'm using any verbal expression which has de as a preposition, the question form will be what. So how would you say, Carol, what are you talking about, Luke? What are you talking about? Tu
parles?
But what are you talking about? How to make that a question? What are you talking about? Tu parles
de quoi?
That's right. If your verb uses de, no qu'est-ce que. No qu'est-ce que. Tu parles de quoi? If your verb uses a, no qu'est-ce que. Tu penses à quoi? So if the question was il s'agit, how would I say, Carol? What's it about? Il s'agit.
Il s'agit de quoi?
Good. You will also hear de quoi s'agit-il? De quoi s'agit-il? I'm going to turn around the other way and sit a bit more comfortably. Just give me 1 second. De quoi s'agit-il? Il s'agit de quoi? Lovely. Last one from you, Carol, just for a second. What would be the was tense of il s'agit? What would be the was tense of il s'agit? What is the verb that il s'agit is using, Carol? What's the verb that it's using?
Is it être? I'm not sure.
What's the verb in il s'agit?
S'agir.
That's not a verb, is it? That's the reflexive. So what's the verb on its own?
Agir.
Spot on. What's we act? You might find this better with we react. People seem to know react more than act. That's not some statement about life. I mean, people just know the verb to react more than life. So what's we react? So nous réagissons.
Nous réagissons.
So listen, don't stop you're not accessing your muscle memory because you go no, duh, duh, duh. You're being quite clipped. Don't be clipped. It will deny you your muscle memory. Nous réagissons. Give me the we react. Nous réagissons.
Nous réagissons.
There you go, réagissons, double S, yeah? So effectively, it's a snake verb. So therefore, what, Carol, final question, what would be it was about? What would be the imperfect of il s'agit de?
Il réagissait.
Il s'agit de, now take that back into the imperfect, il s'agit.
Il s'agit.
We just said it was a snake verb. What does that mean it's to do?
Il s'agissait de
You're
quoi?
stopping the voice. Don't stop the voice. Il, even if you go, il, keep it going. It was about.
Il s'agissait de quoi?
I told you, was it ze or ce?
Ce.
Go again.
Il s'agissait de quoi?
Go longer and more slowly. Don't repeat. Il s'agissait de. Okay.
Il s'agissait de quoi?
Lovely. Or just so, for example, Harry Potter was about a boy who. Alors, Harry Potter s'agissait d'un garçon, whatever, qui trouve qu'il est sorcier, magicien, whatever. Lovely. Right. Because it's just a really common. It's not the only way, but it's just a very nice thematic way to talk about stuff. Good. Moving to my next lady. You there, Claire?
Yes, I'm here.
Good. What was I going to say? Jean-Noël contacted me, the owner of the 2 flats we used last year. Jean-Noël contacted me, the owner of the 2 flats we used last year.
Jean-Noël m'a contacté, le propriétaire de
Pause. You do really nice work, and when you then come to a bit you know less well, your success makes you feel uncomfortable on the stuff you're less fluent in. So accept that naturally the stuff you're going to know more than other stuff. So in other words, you do everything I want vocally when you know the French. When you don't know the French, that's the time to do the linking and the slowing down, but to not stop. That's the time to do that. In other words, you don't need your muscle memory facilitating when you're doing well. You need your muscle memory facilitating when you're doing, like, you've got a challenging sentence. So yeah. So in other words, you do something wickedly and you go, oh, that sounded brilliant, and it sounded marvelous. Then you go, oh God, this bit doesn't feel as good. Don't let that bother you. Just accept that. Okay, and give me the vocal stuff I need on your weaker elements. Off you go. So Jean-Noël contacted me, the owner of the flats we used last year.
Jean-Noël m'a contacté, le propriétaire de les 2 appartements que nous utilisons dans le dernier année.
Good. So what I need you guys to do is to not have. I need you to be constantly in noise. If we haven't got a new, think of a car on a motorway. Yeah. If we haven't got a new lane, just keep going. So Jean-Noël m'a contacté, le propriétaire des 2 appartements que nous avons utilisés l'année dernière. Jean-Noël m'a contacté, I'm in my own shadow here. Jean-Noël m'a contacté, le propriétaire des 2 appartements que nous avons utilisés l'année dernière. Try putting that together, Claire Bear, have a go.
Jean-Noël m'a contacté, le propriétaire de...
Good. Just be more interested in vowels. Don't mean Jean-Noël m'a contacté. Jean-Noël. For want of a better word, sound like an animal. Sound like an animal. Jean-Noël m'a contacté. More han. Try not to die of tuberculosis in the meantime, but good. Go.
Jean-Noël m'a contacté, le propriétaire de 2 appartements que nous utilisons
Que nous avons utilisé.
Nous avons
Good.
utilisé le
You've
le
got a nice bit
dernière
of
année.
crackle in your voice. Don't go to your crackle. Yeah, don't go to your crackle. Go above it or beneath it. Yeah. Next one, Claire. I don't think you saw him. Good-looking son of a bitch. I don't think you saw him. I don't think you saw him.
Je ne pense pas que tu l'as vu.
Je ne pense pas
L'ai
que
vu.
tu l'aies vu.
L'ai
Je
vu.
ne pense pas
Je
gives me a subjunctive. Yeah. Okay, Stephanie, ouais, je pense pas que. So look how nice your teeth were. Je pense pas, oui, je ne pense pas que tu l'aies vu. Keep the palate down. Je pense pas que tu l'aies vu.
Pardon me. Sorry, I just need to have a drink.
That's all right. I'm swimming in antibiotic. If I were to even touch you, you'd probably, I'd knock out a strep. So don't worry. So je ne pense pas que tu l'aies vu. Yes, Stephanie, je pense pas que tu l'aies vu. Go.
Je ne pense pas que tu l'aies vu.
Good. Tu l'as vu. Not that I encourage spelling per se, but do we know how we're spelling the subjunctive of tu l'as vu? Any idea what the subjunctive spelling of have is there, Claire? If you don't, you don't, just out of interest.
A-I-E?
A-I-E-S, good job. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's it. Good. Lovely. One more. We met in person at the bar 200 meters from our flat, just at that little square. So we met in person. I took Susan one day. I was like, I need a project to do with Susan where she can speak some French but won't necessarily infect everybody. So we needed something outside, basically. So I was like, right, I'll take Susan to this. So we met face to face at the bar 200 meters from the flat.
On se rencontrait.
Pause. Well done. Good muscle memory, my darling. It is indeed reflexive, but it's an action in the past, which means it has an auxiliary. So I think you meant to do that, but your vowel needed to be different.
Sorry.
We met isn't going to be on se rencontrer, rather on.
On s'est rencontrés.
That's it. Push it forward with your voice so I can hear you. On s'est rencontré.
On s'est rencontrés à le bar deuxième.
Good. What's at the bar if bar is masculine? Keep giving me this animal sound. It sounds really rich in your voice. What's at the bar if it's masculine?
Au bar.
Lovely. Give me more animal sound. Au bar.
Au bar.
Good. Just lovely. To me, it doesn't sound weird. It sounds weird, if you don't mind me saying, you guys using your Anglophone voices in French. So make peace with whatever part of you thinks it sounds twatty to try that. It doesn't sound twattish. It would sound twattish to not do it. Au bar, save me 200 meters from the apartment.
200 mètres à l'appartement.
Good. Now, at least in keeping your voice on, you are reaching for muscle memories. Not always the right ones, but you're finding them. Go again, try again, 200 meters from the apartment. Keep this pressure on. This is sounding really nice, Claire. 200 meters from the apartment.
200 mètres au département.
So not chung. 200. Keep this slide going. You see, for example, there you just found à 200 mètres. Well done. From the apartment.
Isn't it à? No.
Yes, but you've got à with the number, but then you've got from the apartment. Yeah.
De l'appartement.
Keep the voice going. À 200 mètres de l'appartement. Keep this. There's no clink. Up again.
À 200 mètres de l'appartement.
Good. Now, this join method is what you're going to do to get the muscle memory better. So, mouth closed. À 200 mètres de l'appartement. Same all the way through.
À 200 mètres de l'appartement.
Lovely. De l'appartement, de l'appartement.
De l'appartement.
That's lovely. That's it. When you do it, not only does it sound better, it sounds lovely on your voice, you'll remember it more. Good. Coming to Stuart. There was an interesting conversation between him and John. There was an interesting conversation between him and John and him. Oh, Stuart, your microphone is still off. You just need to unmute your microphone. That's it. So there was an interesting conversation.
il y avait une conversation intéressante entre Jean et Louis.
Him. Good. Lovely. Notice in your voice naturally anyway, you have that subtlety of twang. So you have a nice in your own voice anyway, but you don't stop it going up here in the twang thing. That might be an East Coast thing, God knows, but that's clean in French. That's nice. That's really good. Go again, and this is for rehearsal purposes. Make sure you can get from one end to the other end with the air going all the way through. Il y avait une conversation intéressante entre Jean et lui. So in other words, don't even worry about the mouth. Just think, is this chest going all the way through? The French was impeccable. The accent was impeccable. Just go with no breath stop. Il y avait une conversation intéressante entre Jean et lui.
Il y avait une conversation intéressante entre Jean et Louis.
Lovely. Okay. Some people might say il y a eu, like there, all of a sudden there was, whatever, but il y avait is fine, all right? The guy in question was saying that French people don't like to talk about money. The guy in question was saying that French people don't like to talk about money. Stuart. The guy in question.
Okay. If I break it down piece by piece, le mec en question.
Pause. Nice. Look at that. Mec went up. That was an upward inflection. Mec. Question. Nasal going down. Nice twangs. Crystal fucking clear. Nice. Le mec en question. Just do that first bit again. Enjoy the twangs that you did expertly, but get them all on one line. Le mec en question. So the correct twangs, but just join them up. Le mec en question.
Le mec en question.
Nice.
Disait que le français.
Good. So correct with the because it's French generally, but it's plural. So the
French.
Les
Français.
Les Français. That's it. Don't Français. Like to talk about.
Let's see. N'aime pas parler de l'argent.
De l'argent. But notice your muscle memory went les gens because that's a perfectly good muscle memory for the people. So enjoying the hon up and down. De la. Save me de l'argent.
De l'argent.
Nice. Crystal clear. Add a bit at the beginning. Parler de l'argent. Yeah. So what I want from you is you've got really good twangs here, and you've got really good twangs here, and I want you to get used to pushing through and driving through the chest and still employing both of these twangs. Because you'll go hit it perfectly, and I just want you to drive through parler de l'argent, which will give you that hon feeling. It will if you're hitting twangs up here. Twangs down here and you're going through smoothly, it will feel hon. All right. So say for me, parler de l'argent.
Parler de l'argent.
Good. Give me a bit more diaphragmatic push. Parler de l'argent.
Parler de l'argent.
Nice. It really sounds bloody good on you. Right. Notice we just used de. We could, guys, use au sujet de, à propos de, sur. We could have used all of these, but basically, de is fine. Yeah. Next one, Stuart. He said it's something to do with the Catholic religion. What he basically said was that Jesus had made a big old deal about how marvelous it is to live in poverty, and he said that had basically trickled down through French culture, and that people thought it was some form of clever thing to be poor and to not talk about finance. And this guy was like a hedge fund manager, and he was just like, no one in France talks about money, but you've got to talk about money. So yeah, so say for me, he said it's something to do with the Catholic religion. He said it's something to do with the Catholic religion. His words.
Il a dit qu'il a quelque chose à faire avec la religion catholique.
Only one error. Very good work, Stuart. Only one error. Very good, Bella, very good. When you say something to do and you mean thematically, we actually say quelque chose à voir. So if you said, Luke, what are you doing over Easter? Come and see Lynn and I, whatever. Come and see Lynn and me and Lynn. Have you got something to do? No, I'll come over then. Fine. Quelque chose à faire. Yeah. If you said, Luke, that symbol on the building, I think it's something to do with, je pense que c'est quelque chose à voir. So if it means thematical connection, then it will be voir. Couple of advanced comments on that for you guys. Faire, as you know, the slang version of faire is foutre. But even though we are saying we're using faire for topic, as in it's got something to do with, if you say nothing to do with, you will also use foutre. Non, ça n'a rien à foutre avec ça. We will use foutre, okay? But so I have something to do, says Stuart, as in I've got lots of, jobs. J'ai quelque chose. Len, I'll do that later. I've got lots of stuff. J'ai beaucoup de choses à faire. It's got nothing to do with that. Ça n'a rien à voir. So the thematic link to something will be voir. Good, Stuart. Back to you in a second. Roscoe, off you go. Roscoe, you look very pink. Are you all right?
I look, it's the lighting, I think.
I mean, I'm pale as, Casper the Friendly Ghost gets tips off me at the moment, but but you do look quite pink. Good. So say for me, I'm not saying that it's bad. You seem very healthy. I'm not saying that it's bad. You seem very healthy.
Je ne dis pas que c'est mauvais.
Keep mauvais going. Mauvais. We haven't got to the end. Yeah. You seem very healthy.
Tu as l'air être
Keep it going. Very healthy. Très.
Être sain.
Good. So, je ne dis pas que. So, penser and dire are our number one culprits for things that are indicative that will become subjunctive when they're negative. So I'm not saying, so you guys probably all know, I think we've used it today, haven't we, with you have, yeah. So je ne pense pas que tu es, I'm not saying that it's a problem, je dis pas que ce soit un problem, I'm not saying is another creature that will become subjunctive if you make it negative, okay? So say for me, I'm not saying it's, what did I say? I'm not saying it's bad, alors je dis pas que ce soit mauvais. Yep, say for me, je dis pas que ce soit mauvais.
Je dis pas que ce soit mauvais.
Good, lovely. You seem quite healthy. Now, you can either say, tu as l'air. Notice the word l'air is not the gender of l'air that's going to ever dictate it. Stuart seems happy. Stuart a l'air content. Claire seems happy. Claire a l'air content. It's not the gender of air that will cause the problem. It's a weird old expression where you will use the gender of the person having. So that's quite a nice little trick, isn't it? So ça a l'air no, ça a l'air. Let me think of one other than content. Putain, every word I'm thinking of, fragile. They seem normal. Ils ont l'air normaux, plural. The girls seem normal. Elles ont l'air normal. The air thing will modify. All right. Good, Roscoe. I decided when I got dressed this morning, Luke, I chose something in red because we had talked about 3 systems in red, blue, and green. When I got dressed this morning, Luke, I chose something in red because we had talked about 3 systems in red, blue, and green.
Quand je me suis habillé ce matin, Luke,
Pause. You've made some crazy gains, and I like your physical voice. You've got another little bit of a husk. You have a nice little bit of a lisp, which I like in French. Okay, you've got this soft mouth. It's cool. It's very nice. Aim higher, because this is a higher group. So in other words, the majority of that was joined, but there are still little snippets and holes. So this is like the gym guys. This is like, just that little bit harder, just maybe a few more pounds and I can lift it, aim to get from the beginning of your conscious thoughts to the end of your conscious thought without the voice breaking. It's the only way to A, fully lock and load a muscle memory, and B, get you used to listening. Because whilst there are people that will subdivide their point, we don't need to practice that. We don't need to practice you guys getting used to people that take a damn pause, because you'll be fine with that. What we need is when it gets to 14, 20 words and you're like, whoa, 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 shit, is he going to stop? So one of the best ways for you to do that is to not stop in your own work. Yeah, by all means, slow the speed down, but don't have micro pauses. In other words, every single thing I'm giving you, I do not want your voice boxes to stop making sound. I'd rather you hang out on the previous vowel than, if you must hang out somewhere other than the previous vowel, can it at least be a full-bodied and not as a couple of the ladies drop into, which is yeah, but go again all the way through, don't stop. So Luke, when I get dressed this morning, I chose red because we've used 3 systems, red, blue and green, whatever. Just tell me the story.
Quand je me suis habillé ce matin, Luke, j'ai choisi rouge.
Why are we stopping? Rouge. So you might go, Luke, rouge ends in a consonant. That's a tricky little old shit to hang out on. You don't need 15 seconds, Roscoe. You need rouge basket. So in other words, learn to pause in the middle of words which you know have got an ending. You don't need 30 seconds. Yeah, okay. It's also a technical thing. You're not a stammerer per se, but if anyone's got any intellectual stammer in them, I like an intellectual stammer. I think it's really cute in English. They're much more likely to intellectual stammer on the consonant. Yeah, on the consonants. Okay, good. Lovely. Roscoe, the 3. What should we say? The 3 ways we did it were red, blue and green. Just say that for me. The 3 ways we did it were red, blue and green.
Les 3 manières dont...
Thank you. I don't even care about the rest. I just care about the don. I just care about the DONT. The go-to pronoun, sorry, the go-to preposition with façon de manière is de, de, and therefore the relative pronoun is don, DONT. I did it in a nice way. Je l'ai fait de manière or d'une manière. Both are acceptable. Plus adjective, feminine. Je l'ai fait d'une manière, whatever. The way I did it, the way of which I did it, la manière dont. And when you hear that dont, D-O-N-T, it might falsely make you think we're hearing D-A-N-S, but we're not. Lovely. Nathan, I'm coming to you. Your hair looks slightly less Marge Simpson-y than normal. It looks like I'm disappointed. It looks borderline normal. I don't come on here for normal. Say for me, yes, Luke. What's the verb to style or do one's hair?
I don't know.
Se coiffer.
Se coiffer.
Yeah. So say for me, Stuart's done a sad face. So say for me, I did my hair in the same way as normal.
Oui, Luc, je me suis coiffé les cheveux dans
You don't stand still. You don't need cheveux because it's implicit. Coiffé is hair.
Right.
Next thing, which bloody preposition did I just tell you we use with way?
Dans, de.
No, that's the relative pronoun. So the norm. Look, right. This phone. I'm just checking there's no hardcore images or like private pictures of children on the front. This phone is going to represent the word manière. So, je, verb, je parle, de, and then manière. So I speak in a whatever, an interesting way. Je parle d'une manière or de manière. So if you've got the verb and then the manière, it's going to be de in the middle. If you've got the way I speak, so you've got manière, then the verb, that will be the don. Yeah, so it's all about which way round it is. Yeah. So de, if you've got it before the manière. So say for me, I did my hair in a normal way. So the verb has come first, so that means it's going to go via a de. So say for me, I did my hair in a normal way.
Je me suis coiffé de la manière normale.
You need to listen. What two techniques did I tell you? De manière or d'une manière. Yeah? Fine, I'm not saying you will never get to do it in the same way, de la même manière, but in a normal way, on this occasion, de manière or d'une manière. Go again, I did it in the normal way.
Je me suis coiffé d'une manière normale.
Lovely, in a normal way. Lovely. In the normal way would be je me suis coiffé de la manière normale, but de. Good, good, okay. Lovely. I spent as many minutes as normal. I spent as many minutes as normal. You'll be like, Luke, that's 5 seconds. Yeah. Yeah, so I spent as many minutes as normal.
Je me faisais. Il me faisait.
I spent with time. I spent with time. I went over to Stuart's. Luke, did you have a nice time at Stuart's? Ça s'est bien passé. Est-ce que tu as passé, whatever, une bonne weekend? The verb to spend time is passer with avoir. The verb to pass in front of somebody is passer with être. So say for me, I spent as much time as normal. No, I spent as many minutes. Let's do that first. I spent as many minutes.
J'ai passé aussi que.
Oh, you've got a bit of muscle memory going on, guys, but let's just remind you. Quick reminder. So, and as. First division with the word so, divide so between so and an adjective and so and a noun. Stuart is so interesting. He's got a really cool job at yada, yada, yada. Okay? Stuart has so many friends that he met when his daughter was at school, whatever. You know, we met people in the neighborhood. So and a noun. Stuart's got so many books on this topic. So and an adjective. These books are so interesting. So firstly, just divide in your mind whether we're going to so and an adjective and so and a noun. Would you all agree on that? Yeah? Next up, notice that so and a noun most of the time will be so many or so much. Yeah, it won't be so books or anything, will it? You know. Good. So and an adjective. 3 main ones. First choice, tellement. Luke is so weird. Luke, il est tellement bizarre. You can use C for this, but I'd rather you didn't. Because C comes in at number 2. Actually, brackets, tellement has got a bracket. The slang will replace tellement. Luke is so weird. Luke, il est tellement bizarre. Luke, il est archi bizarre. Luke, il est hyper bizarre. Luke, il est trop bizarre. This is the usage of your slang, which you boys that live in France would have come across. That will go there, yeah? And that's often age dependent. It's like I myself wouldn't feel cool enough to say archi. I'd say hyper. Super feels a little bit 80s, dated for me. Whatever, you know. Good. So in a number 2 then is if you're saying so and there's a condition. Stuart was so annoyed that he asked the boy to leave the laboratory. Yeah. So something, that a condition happened, and that is nicer to use C. Stuart, il était si énervé qu'il a demandé au garçon de quitter le laboratoire. Yeah. C is nice for that. And your third so with an adjective is a bracket as that. Wow, Luke, I didn't know this town was so beautiful. Don't be tempted to go, oh, tellement belle. Aussi belle. I didn't know that this town was as beautiful as that. If there's a sneaky as that in it, yeah, it's going to be like aussi. Yeah? Bear that as that in mind, because we're now coming across to so many and as many. At the risk of being patronizing, Nathan, which of these words starts with a consonant? As many. So many. Which one starts with a consonant?
So many.
And which one starts with a vowel?
As many.
And out of tant and autant, which one starts with a consonant?
Tant.
Nice twang. Which one starts with a vowel?
Autant.
So if I said, Tom has so many friends, Tom, il a tant d'amis. Tom has as many friends as Claire. Tom, il a autant d'amis. Do you see what we're doing so far, yeah? However, if we got as far as, I didn't realize Luke had so many slaves, you know, all of them happy to be there, all of them paying for the price of being there. Even though you were saying so many, so you'd be tempted to say tant. Again, like with aussi, it's as many as that. It's that implied as that. And as many, what's as many going to be, Nathan? Tant or autant?
Autant.
That's it. So, oh, I didn't realize Luke. I didn't know that Luke had so many students. Oh, je savais pas que Luc avait autant d'étudiants. All right. So I spent as much time as normal. Oui, alors j'ai passé autant de temps. Or, you know, I spent as many minutes, autant de minutes que normal. You know, fine. It's a bit grammatical. We'll just say the same time. You know, le même temps. You know, whatever. It's just to make sure that you guys have got the so's in. Good. Let's come back to Carol. Are you there, Carol?
Yes.
Good. So say for me, Luke, what you've just said is really useful. We need these expressions regularly. What you've just said is really useful. We need these expressions regularly.
Luke, no, not ce que, is it?
Yes. Why not? Why
Luke.
not? It's what. It's not a question. And the verb that's coming next has no a or de, so sucker. So Luke, what you've just said is very useful. We use these expressions all the time. Say something like that.
Luke, ce que tu as dit est très utile.
Good. Now look how that connection in the voice was nice, but try and get to the end. We use these expressions all the time.
Luke, ce que tu dis est très utile. On utilise ces expressions très souvent.
Good. I'd now like you to knock it up a grade, and I'd like you to use the ABC, which, as we know, is formally a reflexive verb with a tick, which is basically the verb se servir de, to make use of.
Okay.
Yeah. So what would be, we make use of these expressions all the time?
On servir.
Pause. What have we just agreed is the definition of an ABC verb?
It's reflexive.
That's right. So if you're going to use on, what's the next word?
On se servir.
Pause. So you've dealt with the
On se
reflexive.
sert.
On se sert. Well done.
On se
Yeah,
sert.
on se sert. Yeah. So, and what's going to come next?
Ces expressions.
ABC. So the A is the reflexive, the B is the verb, the C is the preposition. So on se sert. Up you go.
On se sert. Sorry,
What
I've forgotten the
infinitive I've given you to make use of? Se servir.
Yeah. Se servir de.
That's it. So that de can't go anywhere. Side note, it can go into all the normal places we've played around with the red, blue and green, don, on, all of this crap, you know, de quoi, ce dont. It can go into all of these places that we played with, but it needs to be acknowledged. It needs to be acknowledged. So say for me, we make use of these expressions. Just say that. We make use of these expressions.
On se sert de ces expressions.
Nice. Now do me a reversal. Don't be worked up or bothered. You know how to reverse the de. Say from the expressions we make use of.
Les expressions sont.
What is reversed de? Remember, I know your home address.
Dans.
What is reversed de?
Dans, isn't it?
Thank you. Verb, de, object, no matter how complicated the verb is. Object, relative pronoun, i.e. dans, the same verb, no matter how complicated it is. The verb element was on se sert. De, ces expressions. Reverse it round. Les expressions.
Les expressions dont se sert.
Where's the on gone? Your verbal element has to include the person.
Oh.
Yeah. A relative pronoun is basically taking a person or a thing and linking it to a verbal concept. Stuart is the guy I know. Yeah. The man, you can go with, the man I used to talk to, but, the man with whom I used to talk about, whatever. You can make it as complicated as you want, but it's basically attaching a person to a verbal idea. The book I bought, basic bitch, le livre que j'ai acheté. The book I'm thinking of, le livre auquel je pense. These are all relative pronouns. It's basically going to either be A, the response to the question, which book? The book I'm thinking of. Quel livre? Le livre auquel je pense. Or it's just your way of introducing a noun. The book I'm thinking of is available in all good bookshops, whatever. Le livre auquel je pense est disponible dans toutes les librairies. So in other words, but to do that, you're linking a person or an object to a subject doing a verb. You still need the subject doing the verb. You still need somebody to do the verb. This is in Spanish. You need somebody doing the verb. So say for me, just say for me, the systems we make use of. And I'd like you this time just to use nous, just for the sake of doing it. The systems we make use of.
Les systèmes dont nous
Now,
nous...
don't be saying don't. Les systèmes dont.
Don't. Yeah, sorry. Les systèmes dont nous nous servons.
Nice. That's it. Final challenge from you on this section, Carol. We make use of them. Still sticking with nous. We make use of them. Obviously, in conversation, as you all know, we don't use a pronoun. If every person there knew what that meant, we make use of them.
Of them.
That noise sickens me. That. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at my, look at my. That's a Kathy Kim reference for anybody that doesn't know. The TV show is not, So if we said we make use of them, what is them?
Les.
Pause. Are we in a red, blue, or a green sentence? Or let me help you out. Are we using a normal verb or a verb that uses de?
A verb that uses de.
Can we use, spot the visual clue, can we use qu'est-ce que, ce que, le, la, les when we're using the de or the adverbs?
No.
No. What pronoun do we automatically have to use when our verb uses de? What's going to take the place of the les? Say it again.
Sorry,
Yes?
I don't know.
I thought you said it. Right. Say for me, I need the cream. You'll know this. Say for me, I need the cream. You can use buzz one. It's not my favourite, but you can use buzz one for this. Say for me, I need the cream. Good. Now reverse it. Say the cream I need. La crème.
La crème dont j'ai besoin.
Lovely. Now go back to the normal arrangement. I need it. There's only one word. There's only one word we can use. We can't bring in gender. We can't bring in plurality. We've only got one option now because the verb uses de. That's right. On is your pronoun.
Yeah.
Don is a swapsy bitch. On is a taking the place. With Don, you've still got both parts. With on, you haven't. All right. So say for me. So if we've got nous servons de yada yada. Say we make the most of it. Say we. What am I trying to say? We're making use of it. We're making use of them. We're making use of them. Off you go.
Okay. Nous en servons.
Good. And if you guys want to do something useful, every single time you come across an ABC verb, make sure you practiced it with a don, with an on. Yeah? S'occuper de. Stuart's looking after the project. Stuart s'occupe du projet. Le projet dont Stuart s'occupe, Stuart s'en occupe. End of. Good. Claire, let's do another ABC. Let's use s'occuper de. So say for me, does your daughter have a dog or a cat?
A dog. Yeah.
I thought, is that the little thing that you showed me at the beach the other day where it was really gorgeous?
He's not so little. He's 30 kilos.
Oh, that's your dog that's the smaller one, yeah?
No, the small dog's my girlfriend's. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Lovely. Claire went on a research mission for me for the Hemsworths. She's going to get me some DNA. I'm going to make one in a lab. But not the run to the litter, not that little Luke one. Ooh, no. Need yeah. Good. Off you go. So the runt, or the l'avorton, as we say in French, l'avorton. Yeah, avorton. Great. So Claire, say for me, I'm looking after my daughter's dog. Using s'occuper de. I'm looking after my daughter's dog.
Je m'occupe le chien de ma fille.
Pause. ABC verb. S'occuper what?
Occuper de.
Great. Sometimes the de can link, sometimes it can't. Off you go. I'm looking after my daughter's dog. How would you say my daughter's dog before we go any further? Just on its own, how would you say my daughter's dog?
Le chien de ma fille.
Nice work. Classically, in the United Kingdom, if you say you're learning French, and I do not know which textbook this comes from, which cliche, people always go, la plume de ma tante. My aunt's fountain pen. I don't know where the fuck that comes from, but it still persists. So yeah, so it's basically the French genitive as opposed to the Anglo-Saxon apostrophe S genitive. So say for me, my aunt. So say for me, I'm looking after my daughter's dog.
Je m'occupe du chien de ma fille.
Je m'occupe. Be interested in the vowels. Be interested in the vowels.
Je m'occupe du chien de ma fille.
That's lovely. Je m'occupe du chien de ma fille. The dog I'm looking after. The dog I'm looking after. Now, notice we can't say, well, I suppose you could say my daughter's dog I'm looking after. You could in theory, but it's more likely that you say, well, the dog I'm looking after, because your relative pronoun would be used to tell everybody, you know, which dog it is. So how would you say the dog I'm looking after?
Le chien dont je m'occupe.
Good. I'm looking after it.
Je m'en occupe.
Nice work. That's it. Notice with ABCs, though, people, if they're using de and al, we won't tend to use on and e and at and all this crap. Sorry, e and on for people. So I'm looking after him. So I see Stuart. He's a man. I see him. Je le vois. I could see Stuart just as much as I could see a cupboard. Je le vois. Le placard, je le vois. Mon ami Stuart, je le vois. I'm looking after him in France. Je m'occupe de lui. Yeah, not je m'en occupe. Yeah, okay, good. Lovely. One more for me, Claire. I looked after it. I looked after it, action past. I looked after it, action past.
Je m'en suis occupe.
Good work. Je m'en suis occupé.
Hey.
Good job, you.
Je m'en suis occupé.
Good. Lovely. Stuart. Luke, I'm looking after as many projects as my wife. Luke, I'm looking after as many projects as my wife. So the verb.
Luke,
Go,
je m'occupe de autant de projets que ma femme.
Flawless. Just link de and autant and you're there. Nice work. Ouais, je m'occupe d'autant de projets que ma femme. Lovely. All right. The only difference is I'm paying for all the projects. Say that to me. The only difference, Luke, is I'm paying for all the projects. My ones and her ones. The only difference.
La seule différence.
Well done. La seule différence. Nice différence. Nice E and R. Variation in the twang. That's what we want. Good. Your twang variation is lovely. Just be sure. And this is also a sign when someone doesn't necessarily get to speak out loud as much. They work for themselves. When you practice, make sure that you imagine sort of like half a yard away from you is the microphone. So, literally ha. Like your individual pronunciation of every vowel, Stuart, is blissful. It's lovely. But make sure that so what we don't, I tell you what we don't want. We don't want in learning to join to then homogenize the vowels and lose this twang versus this twang, because that's lovely on you. Don't lose that. I'd be devastated. So it's just this ability of, and when you realize that I haven't got to remember a whole sentence as a series of small cognates, but you're just sort of going, wow, 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 this is this wiggly worm, and wow, 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 this is this wiggly worm, and you start treating it like the high school teacher in Peanuts, you know, Charlie Brown, then French takes on a quality and you just learn it really easily. Nice, Stuart. Good. So the only difference is I pay for all the projects, my ones and her ones. Off you go.
La seule différence est que je paye pour les projets.
For all the projects, how do you say all the projects?
Tous les projets.
Good, nice OU, tout. Give me more richness on the OU, tous les projets.
Tous les projets.
Good. Now, don't let your teeth, which are 90% of the way there, block your final 10%. English is here, French is here, you're here. 10% more discretion in the teeth and 10% more gusto in the chest. I honestly feel a person ends up with 90% more of a French accent. So say for me, tous les projets. So don't let the teeth go, tous les projets. Don't say anything, just say tous les projets. Relax mouth.
Yeah, tous les projets.
That's lovely. And the breath you've got to think of as if you were doing like a like at the doctors, you've got to sort of think that is going to be equal. Tous les projets. Go and push it out. Tous les projets.
Tous les projets.
That's lovely. There's a really, really attractive timbre to your speaking voice in French, which is very, very nice. I would add, as a little exercise, if you all just sing happy birthday to yourself. Happy is a particularly good aspirated sound because of happy. Be aware of the muscle that you press, or the muscles. You know, what are you doing diaphragmatically to get that air out or that vibration out when you say happy as a sing song? Happy birthday, Luke. Happy. That pressure that you need to say that, and I don't want to make anybody feel a prick now, but do that for yourself. That is what you need to be pressing for French all the time. Good, Stuart. How would you say my ones or her ones?
I would say les siens et les miens.
That's it. Les miens, les siens. Take it up the nostril. Les miens, les siens.
Les miens et les siens.
Good. Final thing for Stuart. For this round, how would you say my son's ones? Talking about projects. How would you say my son's ones? This is nasty.
I faked it on projects. There's a lot. Is it
Pause.
So I'd say
correct. No, correct idea. Well done. You've landed on your feet. You have. Projects is masculine, not cell. Then, so it's going to be. What's the masculine plural of cell?
Sir.
That's right. That's right. So notice, people, the possessives. So there are So for this to work, you need to know a little bit of grammar terminology. And I don't always think that's the case, but for this, it helps. So if you think of it, an adjective, when I say adjective, you all just go, oh, happy. An adjective is largely something that's modifying and accompanying a noun. So my dog is a possessive adjective. It's modifying the dog. Your dog, you know, your hair, Nathan, your whatever, you know, fine, it's a possessive adjective. My one or mine is a possessive pronoun because it's taking the place of said word. Only if Stuart comes over to England and I walk into his into the spare bedroom and I say, which one? Obviously, one here. I mean, if Stuart could see a coffee pot and a cup of tea and like a teapot, fine, you don't even need to say the words. If I walked in and we were going somewhere nice, taking Stuart's lovely lady wife somewhere quite pretty, like whatever, and I thought, oh, I better stick a tie on. We're going to like some nice hotel. And without even saying the word tie, I turned up and I went, Stuart, which one? Okay. Visually, we'd know that. But normally pronouns are things people have referred to. Yeah. So if you said, oh, the ones that are in the so-and-so or the ones that are in the so-and-so, this is another kind of adjective versus pronoun. So this is demonstrative. So you are demonstrating which one. So you're demonstrating which boy, this boy. This is a demonstrative adjective because it's accompanying the noun still. This boy, you can still hear the word boy. This girl, these boys, these girls. So ce garçon, cette femme, CE, CEWTE, CEWTE, CES, as you know, CET if it's a vowel word, singular masculine. Whereas if you are still demonstrating which one it is, but you're not saying what it is, we know what we're referring to. Which students are you talking about, Luke? Those who came to France last year. If you listen to that sentence on its own, those who came to France, we don't know what you're on about. But because we know that you're on about the students, ceux qui sont venus en France, you can very obviously then make. So, Stuart, how would you say Lynn's books? How would you say Lynn's books? As simple as that sounds.
Les livres de Lynn.
Lovely. So if I was saying, well, Lynn's wands, talking about books, well, Lynn's wands tend to go on the top and mine, she sticks them in a pot, whatever. Ceux de Lynn. We can possess anything. We don't have to have a fully fledged noun to possess. So do you want to use my one or Mark? Let's say we're driving and there's my car and there's some dude called Mark. Do you want to use my one or Mark's one? My one, Mark's one. So similar in English. Voilà, on va prendre le mien ou celle de Marc, the one of Mark. So in other words, notice that we can make this celui celle crap then a possessive. Notice celui celle can also link with qui, que, dont, all this other stuff. The boy I'm talking about, le garçon dont je parle. Which one? The one I'm talking about, celui dont je parle. Celui just takes the place of a thing. All your normal rules, guys, you can still do with all of those. Good, Roscoe. I like you. I like your expression. No, I like your face when I'm talking. You seem really interested. I like your face when I'm talking. You seem really interested.
J'aime ton visage quand je parle.
Pause. Your voice box is not going to stop from beginning to end of the sentence, and you are going to give me twang. You are not going to be English for me, are you? If you still hear it as foreign, great. Do an impression. You've done it beautifully. Notice on other speakers here tonight how when someone gets that twang, can you hear how much more it travels through the air? Yeah. So yeah, up you go.
J'aime ton visage. Tu as l'air.
Don't use the mouth too much. Your advantage is that you don't need to. Oui, alors j'aime ton hon. Make more of the word with your hon, less the word with your teeth. Up you go. I like your face. You seem interested when I'm speaking. Go.
J'aime ton visage. Tu as l'air intéressé quand je parle.
Pause. Let's clean all of those up. So say for me the first vowel. What's j'aime? Maximize the twang. What's I like?
J'aime.
J'aime. You're in the consonants. J'aime. Get it into the twang, yeah? What's the second syllable? No, it's a j'aime. What's the second syllable of the word with the sentence we've just done? Your
Ton.
Ton. Nice. So just do those. J'aime ton. J'aime ton.
J'aime ton.
Don't let the vowel twang drop. It might move, but don't let it drop. J'aime ton.
J'aime ton.
Don't go j'aime ton. We don't need teeth. J'aime ton.
J'aime ton.
on my daughter's life, watch. Oui, alors j'aime ton visage. We don't need to move the face. J'aime ton. Sing through j'aime ton.
J'aime ton.
More chest voice. J'aime ton.
J'aime ton.
What's the third syllable?
Visage.
You've gone to English. If it could be used in English, it is English. So would we say I need increased visibility, or would you say I need increased visibility? Can you hear it? It would sound different. So notice how English you're getting. So could you just give me the first syllable with a French appropriate twang?
Visage.
No, just the first syllable on its own.
V.
V could be video. Video. Make it sound French.
V.
That's the fucker. V. In the 80s, we all used video. If I said that, if I said, Stuart, it's a lovely view, but I'm afraid because of the clouds, there's not much visibility. Stuart would be like, good God, Luke, has something from the 7th level of hell overtaken you? Yeah, if it sounds English, it is English. Yeah, and you've got to assess that on a syllable by syllable basis. So say for me, j'aime ton vie. Now, what's the 4th syllable after V?
Sage.
Yeah, so what's the vowel on it from that on its own?
Age. A.
Good. Can we French the fuck out of age? And what do we do with age? Bearing in mind, for want of a better word, the want of a better system, take it up or take it down. Really. That is really a law of thumb which works. Twangy shit can go up, chesty shit can go down. So V, tu, on, yeah, as a general rule, that's where ha he ha is born. So what I need from you is you have a good vocabulary and a good, and I like your husky thing that you've got going on, Resco. I like the lisps. I like all this stuff. It's really cute. But I need more ha he ha, and I need you to fully understand that those need to be a linked line of sound. Yeah, good. One more sentence for me, Roscoe. Luke, I agree with you. I will practice this week.
Luke.
So once you start your sentence, you aren't just trying to translate the sentence now, not at your level. You are maximizing your ha he ha he ha. Yeah, you are maximizing your ha he ha. Don't frame the ha he ha with teeth though. Yeah, Luke, I agree with you. I'll practice this week.
Luke, je suis d'accord.
In the words of Destiny's Child, say my name, say my name. What is my name?
Luke.
No. In French, what's my name?
Luke.
I could use that in English, you wouldn't sound a twat. Say my name in a way that you would feel a dickhead if you were speaking to somebody English who wasn't doing French.
Luke.
No. You're just playing with the melody. Luke. Twang. 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 What did I literally just say? Decide whether the twang is an above the chin one or an below the sternum one. No, below the collarbone one. It's not really, it's this, we go via this, but we don't create sound from here. So Luke, you'll know if you've gone the wrong way. Because which of these sounds French? So Luke, so this is English. Luke. Okay. Luke. Which sounds correct? Luke.
The higher one, Luke.
That's right. So it's not like, oh, you just need to find a twang. You'll find one that works. The only vowel in French where you can go up or down that works would be an O. O. That works. The rest you have to go one way or the other, right? If you try going the wrong way, you'll know, right? Good. I really need more twang off you. Good. It's a shame because you've got a good voice. And I don't mean it's bad. I just mean we can make it excellent. Do you think I look this destroyed to get people to mediocrity? No. Good, lovely. Last sentence, Roscoe, for you, for this. Luke, I promise I will do it in the way you've told me about. Luke, I promise I will do it in the way you've told me about.
Luke, je promis.
Why are we stopping the word je? Why are we stopping the word je?
I couldn't think of the word promise.
Well, there you go. So is that not an argument to possibly use one's muscle memory? Why would we go silent? You are trying to find it from silence. There is only a certain sequence of words which follows. So what's the verb to put?
Mettre.
I can't hear you. Give me some twang.
Mettre.
Lovely. Mettre. E. Lovely. What's the soft of mettre?
Mi.
The soft of mettre.
Oh, mais.
Thank you. What's the soft of promettre?
Promets.
Thank you. So say for me, I promise you. Sliding between the vowels, teeth discrete.
Je te promets.
Prochainement, je te promets.
Je te promets.
No. I don't want it separate. I don't want it separate. Never. The layperson should not know what are separate words or what are the same sentence. Up we go. Je te promets.
Je te promets.
Pause. Say for me, malheureusement.
Malheureusement.
How many syllables in malheureusement?
5.
So, but why do you say all together? Because your brain goes right when it's one word. So consider all sentences as a word. Je te promets. Say it like it's a word. Say je te promets.
Je te promets.
There you go. The barrier is you, not the French. All right? The barrier is you, not the French, right? So oui, alors je te promets. I will do it in the way you told me about.
Je vais le faire.
I will do it. I will do it.
Je le ferai. Je le ferai.
Listen to Lukey. All of you have got a kind of logic gate thing installed where when you first learned the tenses, you were like, oh, it's ra for the will and ray for the would. Yes, that's right if you're dealing with a fucking he, but for other people, it won't always be that. But all of you go future ra. So I promise you, yeah, I will do it. Je le ferai, yeah, in the way you told me about.
De la manière dont.
Good boy. That's called turning two tricks at the same time. Otherwise known as how I got a deposit for a house. So say for me, je le ferai de la manière dont tu m'as parlé. Off you go.
Je le ferai de la manière dont.
Don't have any cheeky pauses because you will not learn a muscle memory. Je le ferai de la... I need no vocal stop. Go on.
Je le ferai de la manière dont tu m'as parlé.
Good. Don't be teethy, but that's lovely. Good. Nathan, over to you, fella. Hey, Luke, what's new with you? Hey, Luke, what's new with you?
Salut Luc.
Quoi de neuf?
Quoi de neuf?
Good. Go again. Salut, Luke. Quoi de neuf?
Salut Luc, quoi de neuf?
Nice. Quoi de? So we've got quoi de. Make sure you go down on the de. Yeah. Success in one twang area is addictive and you'll want to go to that whole area. Make sure you are working titties to eyebrows the whole time. All right. Good. What have you done that's new?
Qu'est-ce que tu as fait?
What have you done that's nice? What have you done that's nice?
Qu'est-ce que tu as fait?
T'as fait quelque chose de beau. T'as fait quelque chose de beau. Say for me, t'as fait quelque chose de beau.
T'as fait quelque chose de beau.
Lovely. Now, when speed comes into the mouth, it is a gift from the gods. It really, really is. But don't lose the interest. T'as fait quelque chose de beau. Still got to have, otherwise it goes. Yeah, we still got to have words that we stress. Good. Okay. Have you got something planned for this week?
As-tu un rendez-vous
I'm not a
pour
fan
cette
of
semaine?
inversion, as Stuart will tell you. I don't mind atu if the atu were an auxiliary. And I don't mind it on certain set expressions like que se passe-t-il or y a-t-il. But as a general rule, I'm not a massive fan of inversions.
Est-ce que tu as des prévus
Good. I
pour cette
generally say
semaine?
this. If you're comfortable enough to toot to other person, you can get away with the tone of voice. T'as quelque chose de, you could even get away with the slang. Tu as quelque chose de prévu? T'as quelque chose de prévu? If you're using vous with them, yeah. I don't mean if you're using vous with them because they're like a load of kids, the plural. I mean if you're using vous formally, Est-ce que vous avez quelque chose de prêt? Fine, by all means, stick in an est-ce que. Another thing that I tend to use more with vous rather than est-ce que, me personally, is would tenses. Do you have anything planned, sir? Vous auriez quelque chose de prévu par hasard? Yeah, I would use you, would you, you know, but yeah. Good. Save me, no, nothing planned.
Non, rien à prévoir.
Pause. Save me something planned that we've just done.
Quelque chose prévu.
What came before prévu?
Quelque chose?
No, there was a missing word. Quelque
Quelque
chose.
chose de prévu.
That's it. If you, now I don't mean to take pleasure from your failure, but do you remember the first time you said that, duh, I told you you hadn't gone down enough on it? Yeah? So you don't learn the appropriate, So when you then go again, it's like quelque chose de, no, quelque chose de près. Learn, you don't even need to go, oh, this preposition needs, this verb needs an a, and this verb needs a de. A and de are different twang areas. So learn the root. Keep it going the whole time. Yeah, you've all got a lovely voice. There's not one person in this class that hasn't got a nice voice. All right, in French, I mean. Lovely. So notice the quelque chose de rule is repeated in rien. Save me, nothing special.
Rien de spécial.
Nice. Someone special. The rule is repeated.
Personne de spécial.
Someone, not no one.
Quelques
Quelqu'un.
personnes.
Quelqu'un.
Quelqu'un.
Someone special.
Quelqu'un de spécial.
Good. Save me. Is there some, say Nathan, is there someone special in your life?
Nathan, est-ce qu'il y a une...
When will you
Est-ce-
girls learn to join curtain il and curtain L? Mm-hmm.
Nathan, est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un de spécial dans ta vie?
What an arsehole. Quelqu'un. Un.
Quelqu'un.
Off you go.
Quelqu'un. Nathan, est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un de spécial dans ta vie?
Nice. Yeah. We could have y a-t-il quelqu'un de spécial? We could have an inversion. Oh, Stuart's done a little heart sign. The flippant little fuck. Yeah, so you don't have to talk personal business, but is there someone special in your life? Or just give me an overview, like are you seeing someone, are you not seeing someone? Give me a Nathan style thing that you'd say in answer to that question.
Oui, j'ai un rendez-vous pour
No, give me in
cette
English because set the
semaine.
bar high. Set the bar high.
Oh.
Let me hear you in English.
Yeah, I've been seeing someone for a couple months.
Good. Fabulous. And it's lovely because there's a, you know, what's the word? You can stroke their leave their white stick by the door and stroke their guide dog. It's all lovely. It's lovely. I'm pulling your leg. You're beautiful. So say for me, yes, I've been seeing someone for 2 months.
Oui, j'avais...
No. We've done this. Pause. We have so done this. Let's see if Claire remembers. Claire, I've been seeing someone for 2 months. All I'm going to say, Claire, is I'm still seeing them. I've been seeing someone for 2 months. You're on mute, Claire Bear. She might have gone for a waz. Carol, are you there?
Yes.
How do you say I've been seeing someone for 2 months?
J'avais vu quelqu'un.
No. Stuart, any ideas? I've been seeing someone for 2 months. Are you people still seeing the person in this continuity? Yes. When an event is still carrying on, Latin languages, Spanish does the same thing, Portuguese does the same thing, all of this stuff, Italian does the same thing.
All right, well, that's,
Tense do we use when the event is still carrying on? Nathan.
Is it the present?
It is indeed. There are two methodologies. We've done them both with me. Ça fait, time period, que plus present tense verb. Ça fait 2 mois que je sors avec quelqu'un. Or, ça fait 2 mois que je vois quelqu'un. Keep your teeth together, say ça fait 2 mois que je vois quelqu'un.
Ça fait 2 mois que...
Don't
Ça-
stop the chest. Don't move your teeth more, push your chest more. Don't move your teeth more, push your chest more. Oui, alors ça fait 2 mois que je vois quelqu'un.
Oui, ça fait 2 mois que j'ai vu quelqu'un.
No, you ain't gonna get. So
Okay.
have we at least learned the way I do homework and the way you've got to get homework into your body? Yeah. Don't understand stuff. Don't make notes. Just say it joined up and your body will absorb it and then you won't even need to think about it. Yeah. Have you honestly understood the slight discrepancy between how I like things said and how you guys think you've said it close enough? It's this chest all the way through thing. Lovely. So say for me, ça fait 2 mois que je vois quelqu'un. Keep French soft. Oui, alors ça fait 2 mois que je vois quelqu'un. Less mouth than in English. Ouais, ça fait, be lazy. Ça fait 2 mois que je vois quelqu'un.
Oui, ça fait 2 mois que je vois quelqu'un.
Keep the speed equal. Keep the pressure equal in the chest. Ça fait 2 mois que je vois quelqu'un.
Oui, ça fait 2 mois que je vois quelqu'un.
Quelqu'un or quelqu'un?
Quelqu'un.
Are they an arsehole or not?
Non.
No. You'd have to be a real twisted little shit to want to date, you know, someone just because they're not nice on purpose. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but you're too old for that shit. Lovely. Method 2. Notice same tense. Je sors avec quelqu'un, je vois quelqu'un depuis. So as a general rule, talking about shit you're still doing will involve depuis. Talking about shit you've done in the past will involve pendant, and talking about shit you're about to do into the future will involve pour. If you like this kind of sentence, then email me and order the reading grammar sheets, which is grammar fill-in, missing word. It'll often give you an infinitive or it'll give you some choices. Yeah, it'll often give you choices. And then the podcasts go through about 25 pages with 40 questions on each one. It's full of all of this stuff. Depuis, pour, pendant, all of this crap. And then the podcast consists of me going through everyone one by one and what the rules are. And by the time you've gotten to page 25, exercise 40, it's the same rules. So when I recorded them, the first chapter was like this amount of time, then this amount of time, then this amount of time, because I just kept saying, as we've said before, this, and you realize there's only so many rules when it comes to this kind of thing. So say for me, how long would you say you've known me, Nathan? I know it's obviously changed your world, but how long would you say you've known me?
3 months.
Oh, time flies when you're having fun. So say for me, I've known Luke. Do you still know me?
Yes.
So say for me, I've known Luke for 3 months.
Je connais Luc depuis 3 mois.
Give me the alternative.
Ça fait 3 mois que je connais Luc.
Good. Notice ça fait is a question, an answer, and a statement. Yeah. Stuart says, I've lived here 3 months. Imagine he's moved house. Ça fait 3 mois que j'habite là. Ça fait combien de temps que vous habitez là, monsieur? Ça fait plus time plus que. Question. Ça fait combien de temps que tu connais Luc? How long have you known Luke? Answer. Oui, alors ça fait 3 mois. Or just an independent statement. Well, I've known Luke for 3 months, and in that time, I've never seen him sleep. Oui, alors ça fait 3 mois je connais Luc. You know, yeah. So those podcasts might be a good idea if you struggle with this kind of law. Yeah, because there are fixed rules for this kind of thing. Final comments of the day. If you use pendant, if you said, so I've lived, let's use the example that's in those sheets. How would you say, Claire, I've lived in Spain for 3 months. Let's say in this example, you're still living in Spain, or you may be just about to move, but up until right now you are in Spain. How do you say I've lived in Spain for 3 months?
J'habite Espagne pendant 3 mois.
Non,
Which
depuis.
one did I say we use in the present? Was it pendant or depuis?
Depuis 3 mois.
That's right. If I wanted to use the past and then pendant, that would mean I lived in Spain for 3 months at a certain point in the past, but not now. Yeah, so, oh, I lived in Spain for 3 months. So Stuart says, oh, you know, Luke, I'm from the East Coast, whatever. And I say, oh, I lived in New York, whatever, for several months. Okay, so that would be, j'ai vécu à New York pendant. So I have lived. So in other words, if you tried to use I have lived, like say I'm living in New York now, right? And I tried to do it the literal way, like j'ai vécu or j'ai habité. How am I then in French going to show, oh, I lived in New York? So Nathan, just to finish, how would you in English, in French, say I have eaten?
J'avais mangé.
Sorry, say it again.
J'avais mangé.
I'm so tired today. Could you just headbutt my fist and save me a job? Just headbutt my fist. Good boy. Could you just go again? I have eaten.
J'ai mangé.
Thank you. We'll never speak of what just happened ever again. All right? Lovely. Would you now say I ate, assuming it's a single completed action? What also would be I ate?
J'ai mangé.
Lovely. Do you acknowledge in English, I have lived? Oh, I've lived in New York for 3 months. Or, oh, I lived in New York for 3 months when I was younger. Can you see that to achieve those, you would need to translate the English literally the same French? Do you understand that? Yeah? Yeah. Therefore, to talk about something that you are still doing, fine, there's nothing stopping you saying j'habitais à New York. I used to live in New York. That's acceptable. But if you say I lived in New York for j'ai vécu, j'ai habité à New York pendant whatever, as opposed to I'm living in New York. You know, so Stuart says, I've worked at this university for whatever, how many years, so je travaille, because I'm still there, à cette université, or ça fait que je travaille à cette université. Are we clear on that, people? Yes? All right? Good. Those podcasts are good. I really recommend them. I think they're like, how much the reading was? I don't even think I think they're like 30. I think they're like 35 or something. And if it's you guys, we'll call them 30 or some shit. So if you really want a shed load of stuff of that ilk, then email me. Because I'll try and cover some of the bases with that. But it's just work you should be doing yourself, really. Good. Nice work from everybody. Nice work from everybody. So next week, what we do is we're going to tell a story where one person has to carry on like you've done it round the campfire. I got up. Roscoe says, I took an hallucinogenic drug. Claire says, because I couldn't cope with the memory of seeing Prince Harry ruin himself. Carol says, and so I then got in the car and went to so-and-so. Nathan says, where I bought a packet of cookies. Stuart says, the guy behind the counter was telling me about how his granddad made the same cookies. So whatever stupid stuff we're going to do, we'll just carry it on like in a little go around, okay? But what's going to be funny is you'll say your English. It'll then be the next person. That person will translate your English and then say their comedy shit. So in other words, yeah, that's how it's going to work, all right? So we'll just literally keep going round and round and round and round and round and round, okay? You can be as flippant and as sarcastic as you want. Please, it's me, all right? Do you know what I mean? And it's all about saying the English and thinking, right, how do I go around this? How do I go around this? You know what I mean? Good, marvelous, nice work. Whatever you do, whatever classes you do, I will try and send some stuff to this group from other people. Keep your teeth together. Keep your, not grip, just relaxed. Send it forward. Do you honestly see there's a bit of a difference between my version of joined and your version of joined? Some of you, not all of you, yeah? Some of you just only got occasional cracks. Good. Stuart, nice level. Good. If you haven't done it, very good level. Well done, young man. Very good indeed. Nice voice. Good. Good. See you guys soon. Loads of love. So people watching, if you are the boys, obviously, and the ladies, they know what they pay me over. Help me out, coffee. The link will be underneath. If you've watched the class and you find it useful, there is a facility to buy me a coffee on Coffee, hence it's called Coffee. It normally equates to about £3, $3. You can pay in increments of that. If you buy me more than one copy, I'll be very, very grateful. There's no obligation. If you're interested in the podcast, please do email me, logiclanguagelearning@gmail.com. The link will be underneath. All right, guys, if there's anything I've mentioned in the class that you don't fully understand what I'm referring to, rather, you might know what I'm referring to, but know that you don't know it. If you generally think, Luke, I don't know what you're on about, I get a lot of emails and comments like that I end up having to delete because I don't want to go through the whole thing and work it out. So if you've got a question about something, send me the time in minutes and seconds for the thing that you're unsure of, and then ask. And by all means ask. But it just when people go, oh, I didn't understand this bit about this bit, I'm like, I'm not going to watch 90 minutes of French to work out what people mean, with all the love in the world. All right, good, very good job. I'll see all of you next week. Big kiss. Good job. Well done, Stuart. You've more than held your own. That was bloody marvellous. Bearing in mind you've been away for a while. That was very good.
I gotta go.